Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's weekly market view for Monday, the 22nd of September to Friday, the 27th of September, 2025. My name is Vishal. Let's get started. All right, let us start with the FII data for the week. And as you can clearly see that last week FII data is showing us that it indicated a very, very strong closing via this green candle, indicating that this demand that they are in right now is still holding, which also means that there is a likelihood of the FIIs pushing to the upside, and that also indicates that probably more buying might come in the few days or in the few weeks to come, which might indirectly accelerate the market. Now I'm going to probably take this data and I'm going to see how this data can be put in the perspective of supply and demand, and how we can analyze some key levels for the Nifty for the upcoming week. All right, let's kickstart with the Nifty analysis, and let's open and start with the weekly chart, and let's see how last week closed for the Nifty. So if you look at the weekly chart now for the Nifty, we did see the price rally all the way from this level of demand as expected. And just like how we had 6 consecutive weeks, we had a good 3 weeks of positivity, and then market trying to rotate from this area here, right? So weekly supply zone is in play at the moment right now. We do have a level of supply, which is over here, and also a gap level to which ultimately the markets might move towards. But at the moment right now, we are still in this weekly level of supply, and it'll be interesting to see what the price creates over here, whether the price is potentially creating a new base rally, or then it's going to be creating a rally based drop reacting to this level of supply. So for this week, we expect the market to remain range bound between 25,448 to 25,693 on the supply zone front, and on the demand zone side, it's 25,336 and 23,908. These are going to be the key levels for the Nifty, and we expect the market to remain range bound between this weekly range here. All right, let's move on to the next chart, which is the Nifty Bank. And the Nifty Bank has also given a strong bounce from this support area, which is close to 53,629. Now, because Nifty is also, or Nifty has rather hit a level of supply, we are possibly seeing some reaction coming from the Bank Nifty as well. In fact, if we go on to the daily chart, we do have this level of supply from which it has given an initial reaction. And today, the markets have significantly closed pretty bullish. So now there are two things that could possibly take place here. Either we could see a reaction coming from the Bank Nifty, and Nifty and the Bank Nifty could both drag to the downside, or then we can see the price correcting maybe towards these areas, this rally-based rally over here, and then price continuing and moving back to the upside, where we might see targets of 56,904 to 57,339 on the daily chart. So this is your supply zone. Let's move on to the India VIX. And if you look at the India VIX, we did have an ultimate break of this level, pushing the markets up. But today now we are seeing the markets, India VIX is trying to push to the upside. So there was some initial pressure in the morning on our markets, and then there was a bit of a recovery during the afternoon session. And today also being the Nifty expiry, we were expecting to see this volatility. Now, if you look at the India VIX chart, the key levels of supply close to the current market price is this area over here, which is 11.3 to 11.8. And we now have a new level of demand on the India VIX, which is 9.97 to 9.40. So if India VIX starts to increase and move towards 11.3, 11.8, we might expect to see a little bit of a pressure coming on the indices. But if India VIX starts lowering down and again revisits 9.97, 9.40, then automatically we are going to be seeing the Nifty moving and the Bank Nifty also moving to the upside. Let's look at the next market, which is the USD INR. Let's remove all the tools here. And if we look at the USD INR now, we have a very, very strong move on the USD INR. And we have a new level of demand, which is created on the USD INR, which is 88.32 to 88.02. In case if the price just come down towards this area, we might continue to see the move of USD INR to the upside, which probably could put a little bit of a pressure on the Nifty index, since both the USD INR and the Nifty index are inversely correlated. So pretty much this is it on the USD INR. Let's move on to an important sector for this week, which is the Nifty energy sector. And let us first assess it with respect to the weekly supply and demand levels. So I'm going to remove all the tools and I'm going to mark the levels from scratch. So as we can see over here, we have hit a crucial level on the weekly chart of the Nifty energy sector. And this means that all the stocks which are either coming into a supply zone, which are within the sector, are probably we are likely to see a little bit of a correction on those stocks. So I did a little bit of the analysis, and the one stock that is pretty much behaving in a manner similar to the Nifty energy sector is the Adani Green stock. And pretty much based on the news, it has significantly moved to the upside. But now, very interesting, what we are seeing on Adani is Adani Green is that Adani Green, just like the energy sector, has also come into this level of supply. And in fact, it has tested this level of supply. So in case if for some reason we have a sectorial move on Adani Green, then we might see Adani Green also correcting from these levels, which is 1193 to 1259. And that's also because of the fact that it has triggered a supply zone. And in case if that happens, and if Nifty energy starts coming down, then it's most likely that this stock will also start correcting to the downside. So pretty much this is it for this week. I hope you all enjoyed the analysis, right from analyzing the FII data with respect to supply and demand towards selections of the stocks as well as the different sectors. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. And if you do like our analysis, hit the like button. And if you're still not a part of the Sharekhan Education YouTube channel, hit the subscription button and do give your valuable comments in the comment section. Hope you have a wonderful trading week. See you all next week. Bye-bye.
This should not be treated as a recommendation. Please conduct your own analysis or consult a financial advisor before investing.